Hello, I'm Dent, novelist, poet, translator, and it's one of my translations that I'd like to talk about today. Actually, it's the Flowers of Evil, Le Fleur de Mal, by Charles Baudelaire. Originally, I read Baudelaire before I went to university, but then when I was at university, I studied him with one of my tutors, named Patrick Quinn, and I liked reading Baudelaire, but it was quite obvious the translation that we were using in the class was not an accurate English translation. So I decided that I would translate Baudelaire into English and try and get as near as I could to the actual French words that Baudelaire had written. I think mostly I've succeeded. There's a couple of places where I haven't got it as exact as I would like, or as near. I did get it as near as I could, but it's just translation from French into English. Sometimes there aren't the right not the words. The words are fine. It's the sentences, and then to turn those sentences into poetry. And that was my aim originally, to be as near to Baudelaire as I could be, but to keep his poetry as well as his words. And that was the tricky bit, keeping his poetry, because he's a brilliant poet. He really is. His poems are perfection. And so I've really tried hard to, in this translation of The Flowers of Evil, to give you Baudelaire in English. Published by Solar Books, and as you can see on the front, they've got a version of Artificial Paradise in here as well, which is key text from Baudelaire's notorious examination of the effects of intoxication by alcohol and psychotropic drugs. So you got On Wine and Hashish, you got a poem of Hashish. So yeah, that's a nice addition, because that's not been available before, the Artificial Paradise with The Flowers of Evil. Nobody had ever thought to put those two together. I enjoyed translating The Flowers of Evil into English very much. It was a labour of love, and it was wonderful. The process itself was incredibly enjoyable. I'm very proud of this book. It's available now from Solar Books, on Amazon, wherever, or any bookshop. Well, any bookshop that's left. Okay, so generally, yeah, Flowers of Evil, Charles Baudelaire, in my translation.